My name is PSim, and I'm collecting one of every forest in Magic the Gathering. I may or may not have been inspired by some other YouTuber collectors with giant binders.
Oh my god, you guys. Let's go!
But in any case, I wanted to find the biggest binder I could find and fill it with the biggest collection of Magic cards I could think of, without breaking the bank. So what better way to do that than by collecting basic lands? And there's nothing more basic in MTG than a mono green lineup, so it had to be forests. Jokes aside, I always played green back when I was younger and was enamored with the indisputable value of ramp cards like Wild Growth and Birds of Paradise, and the raw power of big stompy cards like Force of Nature and Berserk. Plus, it's about trees. Everybody loves trees. Save the forests! I am a bit of an environmentalist, and maybe when this project is all said and done we'll find some way to give back and help a good cause. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm trying to source as many forests locally as I can with this project, trading with others and buying from local game stores. So far we've got some good hits, but there's a long way to go. And today I want to show a little bit of the process of putting the binder together. This all started with the binder. Simply put, after learning that giant TCG binders exist, I wanted one. This is the largest binder I could find for retail sale. It's 25.5 inches by 18 inches. Each page is a 6x6 grid. It holds 36 cards a page with 64 pages in total. Altogether, that's a massive 2,304 cards. I actually only needed a little bit more than half of that to store every single forest in Magic the Gathering to date. I don't know how much the binder weighed empty, but currently it's sitting at a little over 12 pounds. If you're interested in getting one for yourself, I put a link in the description. After getting the binder, it was time to start figuring out what to fill it with. Collecting forests was honestly just kind of a whim, but I took a look on Scryfall, and after clicking the View All Prints, there were over 900 unique forests available. That felt like a pretty good fit for a giant binder. Surprisingly, even after adding in the foil versions, that card count only goes up to about 1,200, so there's a lot of room for future forests in this binder. The next thing I knew I had to do was figure out ordering. Now, if you're collecting a TCG set, you can always sort the cards by the collector number, but since we're grabbing forests from every set in the history of Magic, there wasn't really a numbering system available. I decided the simplest thing to do was sort by release date. That way, it would be easy to find where cards go, it would help keep sets together, it would account for cards not part of any specific set, and it would let us add on new cards in the future as they come out. I think this was the right decision, and it also makes flipping through the binder an act of going through and exploring the history of Magic the Gathering, which is really awesome to see. Having seen a few videos from other collectors doing large collection challenges, I knew having placeholders to put in the binder would be really helpful. They let us quickly check if we need a specific forest or not, they help us find where each card goes in the binder quickly, and it lets every page become a subtle reminder of how much progress we've made and how far we have to go. You could build these placeholders with a spreadsheet or a Word document, but for me the easiest option was to build a small web page. I wrote up some scripts that helped me fetch the cards from Scryfall, sort them in the correct order, number them, and lay them out on the page for printing. If you're interested, I have the scripts available in the description in case you want to adapt them for your own collection project. Once I had a layout I liked, I did some test prints, started the print job of over 100 pages of forests, and went to Target to buy a paper cutter. Then began the long process of cutting the sheets, sorting the placeholder cards, and slotting them into the binder. This is actually the second time I filled the binder with placeholders. I didn't record the first time, but it took about 6 hours to get through all the cutting and placing. About a week after I finished it up, I traded for a bunch of forests with a local player who knows their Magic history very well. They pointed out that I had included a lot of Magic Online and Magic Arena promos, which don't exist in paper and could never find their way into the binder. That absolutely wasn't going to fly, so I updated my scripts to filter them out and spent the next weekend cutting and slotting for round 2. Alright, we are on round 2 of the binder, filling it out again with some new sheets. Kind of working slow, but we have, now that we've gotten rid of those cards that weren't supposed to be there, we have new sheets printed out, and I am slowly but surely going through them, slicing them all on the paper cutter, and then I have to sort them out, get them in the correct order, because of course they're not going to come in the correct order once I cut them out, and put them into the binder once again. So far I'm at around 274 as you can see there, going through the Salvats, which is just a big section of cards I don't have because they were European exclusives. somewhere around Champions of Kamigawa. They were the first Magic Online promos, which I had to remove. And as soon as I removed those, everything has to shift down. So we are now on the phase that is going to start taking apart the entire binder and move everything down and try to fill it out again. While I finished putting these sheets into the binder, I wanted to cover some of the rules we've established for this collection. First of all, we're looking for every unique print of the forest in Magic the Gathering, and we're looking for every finish of every print. So for some of these, there's a non-foil, a foil, and an etched foil, and we're trying to collect all three of them. We prefer an English version if available. Some of these cards are not available in English, such as the Phyrexian lands or some Japanese-specific lands like the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty lands. And we are also including non-tournament legal versions. I thought the World Championship deck cards were pretty reasonable, and we're going to try to collect them. This also includes things like 30th Anniversary, and I'm sure there's some others that go into that set. But yeah, those are the ground rules. So there you have it. This is the beginning of the story of the Forest Binder. Is this insanity? Am I collecting the wrong cards? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll be trying to update this channel as we fill it out, so hit subscribe if you want to see where this project goes. And if you're in the Kansas City area and want to get your name in the binder, pull out your old boxes of lands and check the link in the description to see what forests we're still missing. I'll probably be in a game store near you soon. Until next time, thanks for watching.